All right, it's Craig Vaught and Randy Edwards here with Friday Night Glory. We're in Coppell with Coach Mike DeWitt, third-year head coach of the Coppell Cowboys. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Now, tell me, you started – we got a season coming up, but you started preparation, I'm sure, months ago. Tell us about your personal summer prep.
Personal summer prep? A lot of it's administrative, just hashing out details with, finding non-district games or sub-varsity games. That was a big part of it. And then practice schedule and itineraries and, just going over all that good stuff with your coaches. And then
now tell us about your coaches a little bit. You have any new guys coming in?
I've got two new coaches. A guy named Justin Frazier is coming from Rockwall Heath. He's on the offensive side.
Okay.
And a guy named Wes Cowling will help coach receivers. He was the offense coordinator at Frisco Liberty, and so excited to get those two guys on board. But for the most part, everyone stayed intact.
Great. Now, conditioning. How important is it? Physical, mental? How do you get these guys prepared and conditioned?
Yeah, well, I think it's a year-long process.
Okay.
It started really in off-season. And that's really the time where you really focus on, really lifting early, in the winter months and really, building the base and the foundation strength-wise. And then the mindset part of it.
Yeah.
That was probably one of our best off seasons in regards to just the mental part. Did some leadership training. We've got some really great leaders in this group, and they really did a great job of embracing that part of off season. And then you transition to the track. We emphasized track, and our boys did really well in track, won the district track meet. So had a lot of football guys, part of that. And then obviously spring ball. And then the summer, those guys were up here working, 6:45 in the morning, 5 days a week, running and lifting. And so it's really a year-long process.
So when you get them back this time of the year, it's not like starting over?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, you really kind of pick up where you left off in spring.
Now, I know, what was it, August 26th, LD Bell, opening night.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about?
I think, it's a new season, a new team, and you're always anxious to see, what this team's going to be like. You kind of have some ideas, but you really just don't know until that first game. And so just really excited to see how they, come on the field and kind of put their stamp on who they are, for this season.
And I see you have some new leaders this year. We'll get to talk to them in a minute. Tell us a little bit describe your district. You're in a new district this year.
Yeah, it's I think it's still one of the tougher districts around. I mean,
Okay.
there's some teams in that district that are really, really good, and we're going to have our hands full each week, and just we're going to focus on us though,
Okay.
and really that's kind of been the mindset of off season and spring and summer, and just hey, you be the best you can be, and it doesn't matter who we're playing.
Well, Coach, just by looking at your schedule, you've got a lot of tough non-district games, as you did last year. You hosted state finalists from Oklahoma, Broken Arrow,
Right.
and lost a close one. I see they're not on your schedule, but now Allen is.
Yeah.
So how do you line up these really tough preparation games?
Yeah, well, our kids want to play tough opponents, and we tell our kids it's going to get you ready for district and in the playoffs. I mean, you don't want to have a real weak non-district schedule and, have a false reality. And so, it's a good gauge to see where you're at. If you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So
Now,
mentality.
in this new district, who's your rival?
Oh, I don't know. Everybody, whoever we're playing that week.
I love that answer. Now you got a few new leaders here. You got some young guys. I say young guys, juniors at key positions. Your receiving core seemed like it was mostly seniors last year. How do you replace that? How do you rebuild that from losing a guy like Josh Fink?
Yeah, well, you can't replace a guy like Josh Fink or Obi Obialo or those guys, but I think we have more depth than we have had in a long time at the skill position. We've got a lot of skill guys that we can get the ball to, and so we're excited.